Welcome back to 33-year-old boomer, very carefully walking through muddy terrain. And I'm here to tell you something. You can be an arch user and have a girlfriend. Let's talk about it. So there's this funny meme that's been going on the internet saying that, ooh, arch users are all virgins. Shut up. Look, here's the thing. Those two things, like you can be an arch user and have a girlfriend or a boyfriend. I don't know. There's a lot of femboys watching my content that I know for sure. So those two aren't mutually exclusive, but it's possible to have a partner and be a nerd. I know that the meme for decades has been that you can only have one or the other. You can only be a tall, handsome Giga Chad like myself. 6'4", by the way. That's my line. I don't go with Vim, by the way. I go 6'4", by the way. Don't steal it or I'll come after you. Look, the problem that I think a lot of people, or the mistake that a lot of people are making, is that they assume that their partner has to be a nerd too. And I think that's where the fundamental problem is. Now, you can get lucky and your partner can also be very techie. Or you can be like that one channel on YouTube, installing Arch for the 450th time until I get a femboy boyfriend. Was that? Oh, it's on screen. I can't remember. That's pretty funny though. Look, your girlfriend, your boyfriend, they can be a normie. They don't have to know what a package manager is. They only have to manage one package. When I was a wee lad, I was in my car with my parents. They used to have a yellow Dacia. Yeah, like in PUBG, exactly like that actually. And I remember asking them, mother, father, except that it was in Romanian, not in English. Mama, tata. It was a bit like that. I've just revealed my Romanian voice to you, by the way. I said, hey, do nerds have to be weird? Was my question to them. And they started to laugh and said, no, that's not true. You can be smart and be normal. But of course they were wrong. You see, you only get so many investment points when you're born. Some people get more, some people get fewer. But fundamentally, you only get so many. And as you go throughout your life, you either make the choice consciously to invest in certain points, or the points are invested for you, usually to your detriment, or at least to the advantage of other people because you refuse to take responsibility for your skill set. And so, if you invest all of your points in intelligence, guess what's going to happen? You're not going to have any charisma points. And that's a problem because intelligence is a double-edged sword. It is a very complicated attribute. And the higher your IQ goes, that does not necessarily mean that you're better off. At some point, you will reach diminishing returns with intelligence. At some point, your life can actively become worse as a result of your intelligence. There is no linear relationship between intelligence and quality of life, or at least not after a point. A perfect example of this is Flowers for Algernon. Link down below to the book, by the way. Fantastic book. Without spoiling too much, there is this mouse in the book which receives an operation that will cause him to become more intelligent over time. And so every day, scientists would have this mouse perform various tasks in order to get his cheese. As he became more intelligent, this mouse became more and more effective at getting the cheese. He became more and more intelligent, and therefore he was able to constantly come up with new creative methods in order to get his cheese. Until a certain point where the mouse realized that he was imprisoned. You see, the mouse had become self-aware. And this is fiction, by the way, this hasn't actually happened. But the mouse has become self-aware and has therefore begun to resent his masters. He began to feel humiliation as a result of constantly having to jump through hoops to get his cheese. And once this happened, the mouse refused to jump through hoops anymore. For a while, there was a linear relationship between intelligence and ability. But eventually, that stopped being true. Now, how does this relate to our topic? When you invest your skill points, you should be very careful how you spread them. Because if you think investing your intelligence points, or your IP points, strictly into intelligence, if you think that's going to make your life better, I'm afraid you are wrong. You see, everything is people. Whether you like it or not, the entire world is simply other people. Whether you like them or not is irrelevant. Whether you think that is fair is unfortunately also irrelevant. Because those people are there, and some of them have been born in far more lucky circumstances than you have. And so, what do? You still have to deal with them, you still have to interact with them. And so what I would urge you to do is be a bit more judicious with how you invest these points. I would urge you to consider putting some points into charisma. I would urge you to put some points into your physique. Instead of doing computer stuff all day and pretending like it's all productive time and none of it is chatting with your furry friends on Discord, instead of doing that, allocate some time to becoming more likable. Work on your voice. Work on your appearance. Work on your mannerisms. For example, I was born with a speech impediment. This might sound surprising, given how many people comment on my voice and my speaking, but growing up, I would speak very, very fast. I would stutter, and even now I have to pay quite a lot of attention to my speech, because otherwise I tend to slip back into my impediment. This isn't me complaining and crying about it. Oh, life is so hard. My point is that you can improve yourself. You are not bound entirely by the cards that you have been given. And so if people find you unlikable, I would urge you to consider your ego. I would urge you to consider the fact that if you want to be likable, you must take into account the needs and desires of other people as well, other than just your own. You should learn how to speak. You should learn how to express yourself. If you like the way in which I speak, you can watch my video, play a few seconds, listen very carefully to my words, and then go back 5 seconds and speak over me. This is called shadowing. So just go back 5 seconds, and when I say this is called shadowing, you repeat that at the same time as me, doing your best to mimic the way in which I speak. Because what this will do is it will improve your speech dramatically. We learn by imitating. And if you like my voice, this is a fantastic way of doing it, and a great way for me to get a lot of watch time as well. But let's not talk about that. The reality is that even though in many cases in life, you can't have it both ways, when it comes to being likable and being a computer nerd, you can have it both ways. You can be the hacker nerd wearing his black hoodie with his terminal open, with HTOP running to appear cool, even though when do you ever have HTOP open realistically? You just grep stuff from it realistically. And you can be a Giga Chad, at least as far as your genetics permit, of course, or a Giga Chadette, because now I'm up to 2% female audience, baby. Let's go. I am becoming the Taylor Swift of the Vim tech world, as someone very sarcastically commented. Oh yes, let's go. You can be both. And yes, genetics are a huge factor. You can be a nerd who loves computers, and you can get yourself a nice girlfriend, a nice femboy boyfriend. I don't know, I'm not judging. You do your thing. You can do both. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Also a huge shout out to Sparty, our first channel member. If you want to support the channel, become a member. You can become a Chad, Mega Chad, or Giga Chad, and you will get various perks, such as getting a shout out at the end of each video. Thank you very much.